talk to you because you're not Sierra. I woke Sierra up. Sierra gave him permission to talk to me. So me and Sierra and the lady, she's like, well, Sierra got 4 Fs. It's like, okay, first of all, that was the first day that she found out that she had 4 Fs.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, the first counselor that she seen on Monday, which she doesn't know what his name is, he emailed the deans and asked, why can't she register? Because her grades look pretty good to me. He's seen grades before they were Fs.
This is the first day that I came up here on January the 2nd.
So this was like your midterm grades? Or
No. This was January the 7th. The first time I came up here about the problem.
They were Fs.
They were Fs. And he emailed the deans and was asking, why
can't she
I register?
Because her current semester, she did fine.
Transcript is an official thing. Nobody can change it. I mean, so if they weren't Fs, then they're still not Fs. I mean,
Yeah, they were Fs, and yeah, they did get changed.
Okay.
We know that, okay.
Well, if that's the case, I need to know how you know that,
because the gentleman that looked at the records seen that they were not Fs,
Well,
and now when he goes on to her account, they're Fs.
And there was
And
no
he
other problem
emailed the
besides, the thing is, there was no
so
other,
that you know
there
this
was,
is the kind of thing I to make sure that every student is treated fairly. There's no way to change a grade once it's posted unless someone files a grade change form.
We did not file a grade change
No,
form, and they were changed.
Grade change forms have to come from the professor to the chair to the dean, and they get their piece of paper we keep. It has to be a matter of record, because to change the transcript, that's the official university document. Whatever grade was posted. It can't get changed just by somebody punching a button. I'm serious, even though it's paper, it's a lot of work to change
I'm a
grade.
network administrator, I have a master's degree in it, okay.
So
I understand the whole process.
Who is this person who saw your grades?
No, we're not giving up any more names right
But
now.
I can't follow up. If you say that you had 4 non-Fs and now you have 4 Fs, I need to make sure I get to the bottom of this.
Can we please finish with the story, because you're focusing on one part, it's getting a
Okay,
whole lot involved in everything,
this
and
part-
you want
this part-
names, and like I said, she don't know the counselor's name.
Yeah, I
They
know,
came
'cause
in
he's
here.
not
It
my
was a
counselor.
male counselor.
I walked in
She
as a
walked
walk-in
in.
appointment.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not,
so I
I'm
don't know
not
his
to
name.
get anybody, but I need to be able to follow up on.
You can, because he emailed a whole lot of people. There's a whole lot of emails going around about her prior to the records getting changed, okay?
Well, let me.
The athletic director from Wayne College emailed a few people prior to the records getting changed. So you can look at his emails.
Okay, well, I certainly will. I'm very thorough, okay, just so you'll know. I don't take sides. I'm here to make sure people are treated fairly. And it concerns me that anyone even thinks that grades got changed somehow around the system, because my job is to maintain the policies and the rules on this campus.
Okay.
So if that happened, it's not proper.
Oh, we
And
know it's not proper.
And I will make sure that I look into that, because that's a serious concern. I'm also concerned just because you have a lot of anxiety because you're getting runaround.
Right, and
I'm concerned about that. So.
I don't even want to go here. That's the main problem. I don't want to go here. I want to go to Wayne College just for 1 semester. That's it.
She only came
I don't
back
even
to
want all
Akron
this
to get her
time.
grades in order.
I don't even usually live here in Akron, I just came here to Akron because this is where I'm from. I've been living here all my life, and I just came here for a semester, for a year, just to get my grades together, and then I'm moving back out of state. So I didn't come here for all these problems,
And then you need to understand
No
that.
one comes here to have
No,
problems.
you need to understand Sierra was a scholarship basketball athlete, and she went to Kansas. And I picked her up in Kansas from a jail cell in the middle of the night after the school had the local authorities put her in jail. I still have a daughter that's stuck up there now on probation because they had 8 gang members, 8 police from the gang unit coming in their apartment at 1 in the morning, put guns in their head, called them drug dealers, and locked them up in the Kansas jail because they were in a small town college. So we had lawsuits, everything. All those things were dismissed. People were in trouble up there. And understand, she just came here to get her education and move on. We didn't want to be bothered with all this stuff. We wanted to quietly come on campus, get her grades, move on. We thought everything was going fine. The coach at Wayne College, like, Sierra, you're not really doing anything. You need to just come on down here and play and get loosened up for wherever you're going. It just doesn't do you good just to sit up there and not do anything. So
I don't have tissues, but that's what I use.
And that's good. So understand, and this is not,
I do understand.
understand, this is not the first encounter that we've had with Akron Youth. Last year, January of 2012, she actually was enrolling in college. She was staying on campus on Brown Street, 615 Brown Street, when the campus security pulled her out her front yard and threw
Officer
her
Edward?
on the back of his police car and locked her up in the police cell and put her in jail in Akron, only to find out that they didn't know who she was, or they didn't have any charges on her or anything, just to let her go. So this is not the first encounter we've had with Akron Youth, okay?
Okay,
So,
well,
I'm just saying, it's all there on the records, everything is down there. We just came to school so she could get her grades. She went to school the whole semester, she attended all 4 classes. Her sociology class, she teamed up with a team member in the
Okay.
class every week.
Microeconomics, yeah. Every week we had group assignments, like with different people in the class. Like when we come to class, I would be grouped up with another person. We would do one worksheet together. So it's not like I could lie about doing that because my name's gonna be on the worksheet with somebody else's, and if my paper's missing, their paper's gonna be missing.
I
you know?
understand. Well, let me
So
tell you
she
what-
attended these classes, she took her exams.
Let me
The
tell you
student.
what I'll need is, I need to get your name and your student ID and
And
your
so,
social number, I guess, on account of the thing with the police.
and so now, I called them on Wednesday. She informs us, this is the first time now that we hear about the 4Fs. Okay, all the other problems now, we hear about the 4Fs. She comes down, she gives them all the stuff that they need. Kim says she's gonna straighten it out. Couple days. Thursday, we don't hear from her. Friday. I sent an email. That's the first email I sent, that I'm leaving work, find out what's going on down here. Sierra's getting to run around. She done gave you the parking pass. She done gave you the laptop. We done brought the transcript. Now you're saying she owes $1,600. I'm coming down here to pay the $1,600. When I show up on Friday, we don't owe $600. Now we owe $4,935, because what we were informed on Friday is that Sierra didn't attend
You want me to write the
classes.
officer's name down? Because I know his name too. He drives car number 5.
'Cause he's
His
been
name is
following her
Officer.
around
His
also.
name is Officer Aber, and me and my friend still get harassed by him to this day. He
Can't even
blocked
come on
me.
campus.
He had blocked me from because my friends still live on Brown Street or whatever. We've been leaving the Taco Bell right there on Exchange, and he blocked the car in from leaving the Taco Bell when I was in the drive-thru. This just happened a couple weeks ago. He makes U-turns in the middle of the street whenever he sees the car, because the car's in Shantae Davis' name.
Put his
Write
name
that
down.
down.
Yeah, and whenever we see him, he still does the same thing.
Okay, well, you have come to the right place.
And
I will figure out what is going on, and I will try to do what I can to make sure we resolve these issues, Jim. I mean, I take this very seriously.
I just hope so with this fire.
I
It's just
understand,
a lot.
and I understand the stress it causes, and it's difficult. It's difficult for families without trouble to have a kid in college and
Yeah.
have to work. I understand that.
But we drive car number 5. He's always in car number 5, and we always see that same car. And he still, to this day, if I was to ride down the street in Tay's car right now, and he seen her car, he would follow the car. Literally, follow us to the house, ride back and forth past the house, follow us all the way down to the Speedway, follow us around the block on Exchange.
Is this the person who
This-
put you
this-
in before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the same person. He was mad
And then
because
when he arrested her, they said they arrested her for driving
Under
under suspended
suspicion.
license. She has never had a suspended license.
I've never gotten
ever
a ticket
since
on my
she's
record.
gotten-
Ever.
So there was no reason
This
for
is-
him to
he
stop
was
her
really
or
mad.
put her in that
He
police
was
car.
really mad because my
I
friend, her license was suspended, and I was driving for her. And
It's
when he
okay.
ran the plates, her license was suspended, but I was the driver. That's why he was mad, because I was the one driving the car, not her. He thought he was gonna take her to jail for driving under suspension, and she wasn't driving. I was
It's
driving.
okay.
I
Let's
got
move
it.
on to your page. So Friday when I come here, I'm informed that she owes $4,935. I'm like, how does she owe that much? This is what Mrs. Ellis tells us, well, the teacher, one teacher says here hasn't been to class since September the 10th. The other teacher says she hasn't been to class since September the 17th. I said, well, if that's the case, why wasn't she withdrawn? And then she shouldn't owe you any money, then everything should be back. If she hasn't been to school since school started, don't you automatically de-enroll a student if they don't show up for class for a certain period of time? And through this whole semester, we have never received one letter that says she hasn't attended school. We haven't received anything at exam time that says you're below academic and you need to get your grades up. I mean, we do know that all those things come out of school, that whether it's grade school, high school, college, whatever, it's something that says, this, you're doing bad, and we're reminding you you're doing bad. But we haven't gotten anything until we got this letter. And I said, okay, well, how could we owe you $4,900? Because if she hasn't been to class, you need to refund her money, and then school gets de-enrolled and they refund whatever time period. So I really don't understand that about
I
it.
didn't even get my refund check from school until what, October or something? So
So,
why would I get a refund check if
Miss
I
Ellis
didn't
tells
go to
me
school since September?
That's not
That
how
doesn't
the
make any
school.
sense.
Well, but you said you went and saw the count, your advisor.
Right, that's what I'm
throughout the
saying.
term, right?
But
So
yeah,
you
but
have
then-
a record of that.
Oh, well, we're gonna get around to that here in a moment. So I was like, okay, well, we'll be back here. I said, because I don't understand that. No, while we're there, said go get Kim Avery. She got a copy of all Sierra's stuff when we was in her office. She got her graded paper. She took a sample. She'll tell you that she's been here. She can see the work. Miss Ellis leaves and comes back and tells us that, oh, Kim's at lunch. She won't be back till 2 o'clock. So we want, you guys just come back after I get the papers, and then as long as everything is okay, then I'll put it in and she can register for class on Monday. She can register for class when you guys come back here. And I asked Mrs. Ellis before we leave, you are gonna be here when we come back? Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I stay here till 5. Of course, when we get back, she's nowhere around that Friday at all, so we haven't got to see her. Monday is the holiday. I called on Tuesday, or I emailed yesterday, like, what's going on? Oh, well, you guys owe money. Oh, no, she sent me an email and said, now we need to talk to Scott. Well, why do we need to talk to Scott?
Who's Scott?
Scott is a counselor.
Oh, this is the guy who sent these emails?
She don't
I don't know who
know.
Scott is.
She doesn't know the
Yeah.
name of the gentleman she seen on Monday, but she doesn't know who Scott is. Miss Ellis sent us an email and told us to go see Scott. And I'm like, okay guys, I'm not going to see somebody else about somebody else about somebody else about something. That's when I asked for the diversity, because we're having a problem. And so in the meantime, Friday, she tells us we owe the $4,900. Then I get a letter in the mail on Saturday that's dated Thursday, even though we just seen her on Friday. Okay, we get this one on, well, I seen her on Friday the 18th, but we get that on Saturday. It's time stamped the 18th, but according to them, they mailed it on the 17th. And now it says we owe $3,000.
Okay.
Then just this morning,
Now, then we get her T98 from the government. The government says we owe this amount.
this is the original amount that they said that I owed in the first place. $16,100 or $1,601.50. This is the only amount that they ever told me that I owed them.
And we don't know why you owe it. It's from
Right.
a grant. But then while we're here today,
I never received $16,000 in
yeah,
refund check
it
money
tells
from
you
the school.
right here. Now we go today, we get a receipt from the cashier. You can see where they backed out all of her money on January the 16th.
It
That
just-
was the day that we came in to see Kim Avery.
That was last Wednesday.
That's the day we came in to see Kim Avery, that Sierra gave her a copy of all their receipts. You can see where they backed her money back
I
out.
just got this receipt just before we came over
Yeah.
here this afternoon.
And if she had a problem on December 21st, the money and everything should have been backed out back then. But,
And then after
and if you read this letter, it doesn't say that she failed the current semester. It says her cumulative grade point average is 2.0. You would think that if she had 4 Fs, this letter to say that you failed this semester.
Awesome.
Well, this is a form letter, you know that.
I know, but it
It's
should have
one of
said
those
that
merged
you
mail.
failed this semester, not,
Well, most students can look up their grade.
Yeah, but
I
she
I
can't.
can't access Zipline.
Yes, I
You
understand.
came to the right place. Now, let me, first thing I'm gonna do is, well, I'm gonna get all the information I can from all these different offices. first of
Okay.
all, including all these emails and all this business. I promise you, I will follow up on this and make sure that you're treated fairly. And that you're satisfied that she has been, and in the end, however this gets resolved, I mean, I can promise you that I'll work on it to the point where I understand everything about it. I have a hard time sometimes understanding how they do all this financial aid business,
Right.
but I'm not as dumb as I look. I can figure it out if they explain it to me. Again, I'm not taking any sides.
I
I'm gonna
understand.
I'm gonna listen to all these people, just because they work here doesn't mean that their
Right.
word
I
is
understand,
gold, okay?
I understand, I've been,
I'm concerned by the whole scenario.
it is,
In all
it
honesty.
shouldn't take, I mean, it's.
No,
But I don't even
I
wanna
can't
go there.
disagree that the scenario is not acceptable.
Right.
And then the
Let's see
fact
if we
is
can figure it out.
currently, they are not letting her enroll in class. She is not enrolled in any
Well,
class.
this is Wednesday of the second week. If you don't get enrolled in class pretty soon, you're gonna be.
Well,
That's
this
what
is,
I'm
we
saying. I don't
keep
even
telling
wanna go.
them,
You're gonna be so far
this is,
behind.
we keep telling
I
them,
mean, I was a professor
we
before I
need
started
her
over here.
to be enrolled in class while you guys are figuring this mess out. If nothing else, just de-enroll her and say it don't matter afterwards if you find out that we are a problem. But if we're not, by the time it gets worked out, she's gonna miss another semester. So here we go, we're still,
Well, no, that's a fact. I mean, this is late in the game to go to class now, because it's the.
and
Wednesday of the
she's
second
been
week.
coming here since January the
Before-
4th, trying to get her, I mean, if they had to send this letter, she would have been enrolled in class then. I mean,
Okay, well, you let me, work on this, I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll try to find some kind of solution, I gotta understand what's been going on first, to come up with some options for a solution. So what's your end game? What do you want out of
Right
this
now,
whole process?
I want to
To be-
register for Wayne College. Just
Okay.
a couple classes,
two
Wayne College,
classes,
two
it was a
classes,
math class, a science class,
And
and
then I'm
then
gonna
that
get credit for
one
basketball.
computer class.
and I will get
Well,
credit.
basketball is only 3 weeks left now, I mean,
Right.
But, I mean, I wanna know what.
Oh,
what's
yeah, that's
kind
what
of
she
the end
What I
game.
want is to just go to Wayne College. I don't want to have to deal with Akron Youth. I will be way at Wayne College in, you know, whatever little city that's in. That's all I want.
Orville.
Just a couple classes. I'm not trying to be, you know, and then I won't be here next year. You
we're
know, I don't
just
have
trying
to worry
to
about it.
repair her grades, we're just trying to stay out of
Okay.
the way.
Well,
I'm
I
moving
gotta-
too. I'm
I
moving
gotta
out of town.
Worry about how these grades got to where they are too. That's
Okay.
part of what I gotta do, okay? So, again,
Is there anything else you can tell us about your classes besides the stuff that you were doing
Why don't
with
you
the
send,
other
when
part?
you get
Well-
home, send me an email.
Of everything that I can remember.
Well,
from what-
just send me an email at least so then I can write you back so that we can
Yeah.
communicate.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you my
I can't-
personal email
I usually
account.
hard to catch on the phone,
Okay.
but I do email like all the time, so. And I have the easiest email on campus. It's on my card, but you don't need my card. It's just Rex, R-E-X.
Okay. Akron.
Akron.edu. It's the
Okay.
dog's name, okay? And I'll never forget it.
Right.
I'm the guy, sure, I'm the guy who works on these kind of matters to try to figure out what the world's going on.
Okay.
So you let me do my work. Send me an email so I can respond in case I have a question for you tomorrow. When
Okay.
I get stuff from all these offices. If you can give me information that helps me understand, you know, how in the world could you have team projects for 15 weeks and have no record that you ever were in class and get an F? I mean, I can't understand, that's not rational to me. I'm a logical person.
Correct.
I'm a physics professor, so I mean, so,
Right.
I mean, I've taught class many years, and I understand things can fall through the cracks.
Right.
I don't say it should be that way,
But not too
but to have
much.
too many things fall through too
And see,
many
the
cracks
thing-
all at the same time
The
seems,
thing about my sociology teacher
concerns
is,
me.
I don't know how he could say that. If
It's
he,
not necessarily that he said that.
well, that I didn't go to class when it was one of those big classes where you don't even sign in at. You know, you just go in and sit in the lecture and you take the notes and you take the CBE exams online.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that we did. We didn't ever have homework, and you know, we had
Right.
one paper that was due, and we had those CBT exams online, and that was it. So I don't understand how he could say that I didn't, or
Yeah,
they could
not
say that,
necessarily
yeah,
that
not
he said
him,
that.
or that I didn't
Right,
go to
again,
that
that's
class.
good perspective, because sometimes
You know?
people, interpret things, or they don't really know what someone said, they kind of,
Yeah.
Right.
like ad lib.
Right.
So, I don't wanna point fingers at him.
Right,
What I
that's what
wanna
I
do
said.
is
Right, yeah,
get
yeah, I
to
don't
the
wanna point no
bottom of
fingers
this,
at him.
okay?
Right.
I wanna get to the bottom of this, try to get some solution, some resolution for you, and for your peace of mind, I mean,
This is
that,
very stressful.
and, and I know it's stressful, and just remember that I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let you hang it, I'm not gonna blow no smoke and give you any stories, okay?
Okay.
So, I'll figure it out, I don't know what the outcome's gonna be. 'Cause I
I
gotta
understand.
look at everything that we got.
Well, she's confident that she was here and she took her exams, and as long as she's confident with that, then the
Okay,
truth
and
will
you're
come out.
and you're confident that you met with your advisor like you were supposed to? on
Yes, I had
Because
to
they
do.
take notes and stuff.
Yes, I had to do
Record
6.
all that.
I had to do 6
She
tutoring
had to
sessions.
sign in.
I had to sign into the tutoring office every time I went to tutoring. I went to math,
All right.
because math was my hardest subject this semester, and I had to turn in my what is it, progress reports. to Kim Avery. I turned all my stuff in to her because she was the first person. She was the one who helped me get into class at the beginning of the semester. She was the one who told me this is what you have to do. She did my orientation with me. She did everything. So she was the one who I confided in the whole semester.
Obviously, in his offices to find out what's going on.
Oh, well, Kim says she hasn't seen her since August of
Yeah.
2012.
Okay, but you were there all semester.
Yeah, I used to
Okay,
go to
so
her office.
something doesn't jive.
And
And she
I
said
signed
on
in.
January 4th, she signed in, but she left before she visited her.
Okay, well, let me do my work now. And
Okay.
I promise you, I will do an honest job for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.